Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Hi. We've got some Navy stuff to watch. Navy. Um, I was in the Navy for what 6 years, and I never went on a ship ever. So if you're looking for that sort of thing, join the Seabees, I guess. Um, but yeah, from what I understand, it's better to be on one of these destroyers than it is to, be in an aircraft carrier. There's a lot more, I guess, amenities on an aircraft carrier, but you're still surrounded by like thousands of people, or hundreds. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is a IMD aviation channel. Uh, like I said, I've never been on a ship, so let's learn together. But yeah, go. I'm gonna go over here.
For the first time in more than 2 decades, the United States is carrying out its largest military buildup in the Middle East.
Oh boy, isn't that topical?
At least a dozen warships, worth around 50.
Uh, yeah, very very topical of what's going on in Iran right now. I think it's stupid, but that's just me. I think it's dumb. Anyway, I guess we're going back to 2003. All right, classic.
$50 billion combined have been sent to the region. Among them are 9 Arleigh Burke-class destroyer warships. These destroyers can shoot down ballistic missiles, launch Tomahawk cruise missiles, and defend other ships from air and sea threats.
Oh.
But what makes these ships some of the most advanced warships in the world? The 2 primary classes are the Arleigh Burke and Zumwalt destroyers.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Equipped with state-of-the-art sensors and weapon systems, these ships enhance fleet operations while excelling in anti-air, anti-submarine, and surface warfare. The Arleigh Burke class has recently undergone midlife upgrades to extend its mission capabilities.
Yeah, those older ships don't look too good. And I hear like at some points during like when you're out at sea, you'll end up walking on walls and stuff. It doesn't sound fun. So
Meanwhile, the Zumwalt class, with its stealth features and advanced weapons, addresses critical gaps in naval warfare for emerging threats. Space is at a premium aboard ships just over 505 feet long, housing more than 300 sailors.
Jesus. No, thank you.
Crew members sleep on racks, large wall-mounted beds, with only a small curtain for privacy and minimal storage for personal belongings.
I live in a space that has
Day.
24 racks for females, and we have 3 sinks, 1 shower, and 2 toilets.
It's weird because I've never worked anywhere where like you kind of are, like you go from being in a professional setting to like in your pajamas just hanging out like within 200 feet.
You
Yeah,
get
I
accustomed
mean,
to it. Yeah, it's small. It's
that's deployment.
it's not a lot of wiggle room, but it's like yours, and you just get comfortable in it.
I do like the coveralls that they have on some of these ships. I had a pair of these, but we never wore them. We were out in the field all the time, so it was always camo.
You just
B-
gotta
BDUs.
make it yours,
Here it is. This is home. I can sit up in it, which is pretty nice, because otherwise you're kind of constricted to this little like tinderbox of love.
Of love.
We're allowed to have like an 8x11 sized area for family photos, or your kitty cat, your doggy, your goldfish, whatever you want. We each have our EVDs, or emergency escape breathing devices,
Oh,
just in
well,
case,
that's nice.
bad business happens, lights go down, there's a fire and smoke, we can clock that guy on, and we've got good breathing air for about 15 minutes to be able to egress out of this space and topside. These are hurricane straps that keep
Egress is a word that a lot of military people like to use. I don't know why. I used to use it a lot.
us inside the beds. I'm sure the more tinier folks, there's a little bit more
Tiny.
margin for error.
It's all right. You just got to remember where you are, because if not, you'll wake up and hit your head. It's not too bad. It's
Yeah,
really
it's like
not.
one of those Japanese
Hop in
pods,
there,
you know.
like, literally. Bam. Right on in, It's comfortable.
If you're
Oh,
claustrophobic,
yeah.
it's
Honestly, somebody told me this when I first entered the Navy. It's literally the best sleep you'll ever get because the ship's rocking. So
Oh well, yeah, I guess
even
so.
if it's like 3 or 4 hours, it's probably some of the best sleep
Sorry,
you'll
there's
ever
a
have.
bug in here. Get out of here, bug.
The United States Navy outfits every Arleigh Burke-class destroyer with a gym,
Hey, that's nice.
a small, heavily used space that becomes crucial during long stretches at sea.
Yeah, man, if you really want to get in shape, go on deployment, I guess, And they're not allowed to drink on the ship, so you don't really have a whole lot to do. Yeah. You're there. You might as well work out.
With crews operating complex
Dude,
weapons
that
and
dude's
sensor
huge.
systems around the clock, maintaining physical readiness isn't optional. Culinary specialists also serve hot
Culinary.
meals 3 times a day, helping sustain energy and morale across rotating shifts.
I honestly think that because of my rate, it has forced me to be humble.
Culinary specialist.
It has forced me to be humble. People think that being a CS is just cooking, culinary. No, it's not. It's you have to be really good at managing. You're almost like an accountant because you have to manage your books and your inventory. So it takes a lot of work, but it's also very satisfying because when the crew is happy and they like what you're doing, man, the morale is like really high and the CSs are really rewarded.
The food is a big part of it. When I was in Iraq, I want to think like the Iraq, the DFACs were pretty good. Greece, not so much. I didn't really like the Greece galley. Other than that, like most places are pretty good. Wainimi sucks. There was an Air Force base I was on that was really good. Anyway, I go through all the food.
We're not just culinary specialists. We're damage control petty officers. We're work center supervisors. We're maintenance men. We're firefighters. We do a little bit of everything. The culinary part is just the major. So as far as the ship dynamic, I think we play a very vital role.
For what I would tell a seaman that's joining the Navy, I would tell them,
Seaman. Sorry.
learn your job.
I was in the Navy for 6 years and I still think it's funny.
Once you learn it and you perfect it for the next whatever many years you're staying in, like if you come in and you're in for 20 years, you're just perfecting your trade because it's the same job, shore duty or sea. The better you know your job, now you can lead more effectively because you understand how all the pieces work together.
My favorite part about being a CS, I would have to say, is that I'm able to express myself in a creative way.
Pizza pay.
Anytime there's a product that I'm assigned to do, I'm never really basic about it. I like to add a little spice, a little zing zang to the product, make it taste a little better, taste different, and of course the crew always loves our creative ideas.
Sure.
Life aboard isn't easy. The decks sway, the hull creaks in heavy seas, and sailors work through the motion as the ship rocks day and night.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to feel that on an aircraft carrier, from what I understand.
Sometimes you can get this feeling of vertigo, I guess, where your mind does this little flippy flop and you kind of just got to get your bearings again. Might get a little bit of a headache, but after a time you get your sea legs and it's just walking per normal. Except sometimes you might be almost walking on the walls in rougher seas.
Unfortunately, I suffer from motion sickness.
Oh, good.
Car, airplane,
Well, that's good.
the whole shebang. I don't notice the swaying that much because you're always busy walking around. You don't notice the ship moving or you moving side to side. Like, you just get used to it. You get your sea legs, essentially. But once we start hitting those rougher waves, you would definitely feel it. I always have this in my pocket. Dramamine, it's for motion sickness.
Oh, there you go.
I take it all the time. Yeah, because it gets pretty bad, especially when we start really rocking.
Excuse me, sorry.
Like, The literal sense that people say here is like, you will walk on walls. You were literally seeing people like leaning, walking on walls. That's how bad the ship rocked and stuff.
After a while,
That'd be fun for a couple days.
Kind of just acclimate to it and just move along with it.
A standout feature of DDGs is their Seahawk helicopters. These aircraft are stored in aft deck hangars and take off and land on the flight deck.
Rock on, brother. Oh.
Dedicated flight deck personnel manage operations, from removing wheel chocks and tie-down chains to guiding aircraft during takeoff and landing. Flight deck crews also oversee repairs, refueling, and coordination with the ship's air traffic control. Sailors are expected to fulfill their specialist duties while standing watch.
Sorry, I have to make fun of some of the stuff that they do. It's pretty fun.
After months at sea, the routine can become grueling.
Hey.
To break monotony, events like Steel Beach picnics are held.
Oh, Jesus. Ladies.
Crew members temporarily swap uniforms for civilian clothes and participate in games on deck. Often, one mess facility will cook a barbecue,
Hell yeah.
giving sailors a brief but meaningful morale boost. Guided missile destroyers are built as true multi-mission warships designed to dominate the air, surface, and subsurface battle space. They conduct anti-air, anti-submarine, and anti-surface warfare simultaneously, often while escorting carriers or leading independent operations. But modern destroyers are no longer just defensive screens. With their vertical launch missile systems, they've evolved into long-range strike platforms capable of hitting targets hundreds of miles inland. And on ships equipped with advanced Aegis combat upgrades, that mission expands even further, adding the ability to track and intercept ballistic missiles in flight, turning these vessels into floating nodes of global missile defense. In anti-submarine warfare, DDGs deploy torpedoes. These surface-launched weapons dive to locate underwater targets using sonar, either from the torpedo itself or other sources.
Bloop. Bloop. It does look fun.
Among missile launching systems, the Vertical Launch System, VLS, has proven most effective. Known as the Mark 41 VLS, it can fire 14 types of munitions, from Tomahawk missiles to Nulka decoys. The system's vertical cells, controlled by a central computer, allow for independent targeting and simultaneous multi-mission operations, including anti-air, anti-surface, and strike missions, ensuring constant readiness.
Right here we have the VLS.
They're really proud of that,
launching system. It's owned by the Gunnersmith.
They're really proud of that piece of equipment, huh? It's a big part of it.
It's another old raid in the Navy, and it has 32 missile silos holding Tomahawk cruise missiles, E-ball Sea Sparrow missiles, and SM-2 missiles, which are your standard missile. So right here is the 5-inch. It can shoot 13 nautical miles.
Ladies, sorry.
And it can shoot a lot of rounds per minute. I can't really tell you how much because it's classified. We'll keep it that way.
It's a good one, third class.
Arleigh Burke-class destroyers carry the 5-inch, 127mm, Mark 45, Mod 1 or Mod 2 lightweight gun. Designed for surface, air, and shore bombardment, the Mark 45 can fire 16 to 20 rounds per minute and reach 13 to 20 nautical miles.
Get in there.
It features a fully automated loading system and integrates with the Aegis combat system, which coordinates all weapons on board for optimal layered defense.
The Aegis Elba system.
At the center of it all is the commanding officer,
Hello.
leading from the ship's high-tech bridge and combat information center, where advanced radar, missile systems, and digital networks turn data into real-time battlefield decisions.
Right here are the rock consoles, which is where we shoot the 25 mic guns. So you see they get to sit down and be comfortable.
Mike is millimeter if you
where
don't know.
quartermasters work. Quartermasters are overall in charge of the safe navigation of the ship, piloting. This is where our captains sit.
Captain.
Right here is where the conning officer would stand. The conning officer is the person who tells the qualified helmsman what orders and courses that we're going to change to. And here's where the helmsman drives from. So we have a regular steering wheel right here, and a qualified helmsman would carry out the orders given to them just by turning the wheel.
Yep, turning the wheel. Turning the wheel.
And here we have a right bridge where we can see contacts on our radar and whenever we get close to land.
There's a train outside.
Routine upkeep for U.S. Navy destroyers goes well beyond basic maintenance, covering propulsion, radar, weapons, and electronic systems to keep these warships mission-ready at all times. Crews perform inspections, lubricate moving parts, update software, and follow preventative maintenance schedules.
It's just that you can't be in the military and not make everything sound so sexual. I don't know what it is. It's just the way it is. Yeah, anyway.
To ensure both operational readiness and equipment longevity. This discipline also strengthens cohesion in such a compact, high-functioning unit of sailors. For more than a century, destroyers have evolved from torpedo hunters into some of the most advanced warships afloat. Today, they serve as air defense shields, strike platforms, and command hubs. Capable of operating independently or as part of a larger fleet.
All right.
From escorting carrier strike groups to launching precision strikes and intercepting incoming threats, these ships sit at the center of modern naval strategy. But beyond the radar arrays and missile cells, it's the sailors on board who make that capability possible. Standing watch in some of the world's most contested waters.
I thought Japan stopped using the imperial flag. Isn't that weird?
Capability possible. Standing watch.
Yes, I thought they stopped using that flag, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't been to Japan in forever.
Watch in some of the world's most contested waters. As technology advances and threats grow more complex, one thing remains certain. The U.S. Navy destroyer continues to define what maritime power looks like in the 21st century.
Power.
For more deep dive videos like this, hit subscribe and check out.
I gotcha. That was a good video. Very detailed. Bad acting, check. I wouldn't expect any sailors to be good actors anyway. I'm just saying. It's funny. By the way, they probably didn't want to do that. The commanding officer probably made them do that. Sorry. Anyway, there you go. That was fun. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. It does help the channel. Makes me feel good. If you got any suggestions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I will get to them eventually. If you want to help with the algorithm in the comments, just call me a jerk, you know. That's fun too. Anyway, thanks for watching and bye.